Guys, I just got back from vacation and I was enjoying the beach with my kids and well, actually on vacation I heard about what happened. And I'm right there with you guys. I am sad. So I have a lot of thoughts on it because the truth is there's I have a lot of thoughts. What Kefir did was it just was really bad publicity. And the way they fixed it was not imaginative, which I just wish they had thought through the update a little bit better. As far as changing it, because okay, basically I've cleared out Odin's. This is my free to play account. The update is still great for free to play players. I know a lot of you guys are like, I'm refusing to play, and I'm like, no. It's still a great update, and you should still play because you get, like, I'm gonna get a repair table on my free to play account. Like, it's still worth it. And the truth is, if they had started with this normal point system, we would have been like, yeah, Kefir makes you grind hard. Just get your repair table, and everything's gonna be worth it if you get your repair table, right? You got 50 coins from compensation. I got 50 coins from compensation, and I am going to get my repair table. 149. So I need to get the 12 chests or 7 to 12 chests to get my repair table. So I'm gonna grind for it. It is gonna be a lot of grinding, but you know, it's doable. It's gonna be hard, but it's gonna be doable. I'm gonna make it. It's like, you know, 2.5. It's gonna be about 2.5 times harder to get the repair table, but it's still worth it. It's still yeah. Anyways, but there was a much better way to fix it, and I'm actually still hoping that Kefir will fix it, because you know, right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have my son helping me on this update. Like, I'm gonna do Odin's because he can't do Odin's, but then I'm gonna get him to go do the green zone. And a lot of people are making a lot of points just by doing the green zone over and over and over again. And so, you know, it's going to require a lot of weapons, but you know, I've got some green weapons and I'll give it to him and he's going to have a blast. Like, normally I'm getting him to farm for me, which he enjoys doing, but you know, the ability to actually like kill things is so much more exciting to him. And so I think he's going to have an absolute blast with this. He's going to think this is the best thing that ever happened. But the devs could have fixed it so much better, and I still hope they are. And so devs, I hope you're listening. I hope you watch this video, because I have some ideas that I think will basically, I understand why you did what you did, because you needed to prevent players from getting thousands and thousands and thousands of coins, okay? Even though it was a perfect update how it was, and I don't think you needed to change it. In fact, a lot of people felt like you could make it easier, and I think I might even agree with them. But you can't make it easier because you just can't have a linear scale. Because what normal players play is an hour or two a day. That should be the normal. That should be what you're thinking is this is normal. But then there are players that will play 15 hours a day because they have no life. And you can't give them thousands and thousands of coins just because they're willing to have no life. But you can't ignore the people that have a life. You know what I mean? Like, you've got to take care of both people. And the fact that you also hurt the pay-to-win players, the paying customers, it's really awesome that, you know, you made it to where they don't get a big advantage, but you hurt them by making the point so much more. So really you need to do an exponential scale to where your first amount of efforts go further. That motivates anyone to play. Okay, so like personally, I think right now you should make it to the first hour of playing a day. With this, let's say we're going to keep the new system of the 130,000 points. Let's say 137,000 points. Let's say you keep that new system, but you give me triple points for every first 30 minutes or every first hour of playing. That's going to make it very motivated for me to get on every day and get that, hour of playing in, or maybe do double points for an hour. And I'm going to be so motivated. I'm like, I got to play my hour today. And that's going to be good for you and the algorithms with YouTube. We're going to be playing. We're going to be working towards it. But it's also motivates casual players to get on and make sure they're playing enough. And, obviously the grinders are not going to be upset about it. Then maybe you do another hour. Actually, what I think you should do is just do a cap. A cap of when there's a certain amount of points. And I had suggested 10,000. Now, obviously, it has to be a lot more than that. Maybe 20,000 or really maybe 30,000. Anyway, somewhere around that, maybe 25,000. That might be the magic number. You can only get 25,000 points in a day. Obviously, I've done it for one day, and I'm not even close to 25,000 points. Even if you tripled my numbers, I'm not going to hit that. Maybe you lower the number. I don't know. You guys can decide what you think. Wait, did I say 25,000? Yeah, no, per day. Anyways, point is, you put a cap. You say, we don't want people to get past a certain point, and you put a cap. That way, if someone's grinding really hard, they do all the grinding they need. I don't know if I did this chest over here. That way, if someone's grinding, really hard, they get all the stuff, and they get all the points, there's a limit. They're not going to get blown out of proportion. They're not going to get thousands and thousands of coins out of the deal. Now, if the boss man or whoever is, making these decisions, it's like, well, no, but I want people to grind all the time. Please tell them that people aren't grinding because it's too hard. They feel deflated. They say, oh, this is going to be too difficult. I'm not even going to try. Some are, but a lot of people aren't. So that's why you do the exponential scale. You motivate people in increments, but the people that are going to grind all the time, maybe at that cap, it's 25. I mean, personally, I think 25,000 points is so much. So whatever the cap is, you make it to where then they can only get 10% points. So maybe you make the cap 20,000, but then you get 10% of the amount of points after that. But then you make it to where you get like 10% of the points after you hit that cap. And that way the really intense grinders are like, oh man, I already have a lot of points because I'm hitting my max. I want to try to get just a few more coins. I want to just keep pushing. I mean, you get points by playing the game, which is already amazing. And that is something that we as players of Frostborn need to keep in mind. Like, this is all bonus. Like, we're just playing the game. I'm doing Odin's. I'm actually really having a blast. I love Odin's. I just forget that I love Odin's because, well, it's just not, I don't know. I just got bored or something. I don't know. But Odin's is a lot of fun. I enjoy doing the challenge. And I get rich by doing Odin's. Like, Odin's is I'm going to be so rich on this account after I'm done with this season because I've been grinding doing this update. So we have to keep that in mind. The season is only a bonus. When it comes to resources, is only a bonus. We're only getting more, not less. And so we got to factor that in. There's no cost here. I'm not grinding. They're not like, oh, you have to use these extra weapons. and consume these extra things. You literally get it from just playing the game, which, again, that's why if they had just done it this way from the beginning, it wouldn't have created so much bad publicity. But it does kind of rub in a sore wound of ours that it just feels like Kefir keeps making these decisions that are like out of touch with us, and it just doesn't feel like Kefir values our time. They're like, well, just grind a million years, you know? That's what you're the peons, you're the crowd, we don't care about your time, we don't care about your lives. Which is not true, but it's just frustrating. Like I do feel sympathy for the devs because, you know, they have to work at trying to find a way to please everyone. But I'm also thinking, well, I actually have a video coming this Friday that on the tutorial channel that's gonna, I think, blow you guys' minds. Like, I think it's gonna really, I think I figured out what's going on with Kefir, and if I'm right, then we should actually be really happy with the Frostborn devs, and we should be praising them like crazy. But I don't want to ruin that video because it's a really good one. So watch that video. It's going to reveal something crazy that I think you're going to love. It's one of those conspiracy theory videos that I used to do for Last Day on Earth. But I think I figured something out that's just totally new and exciting. So go check out that video when that comes out on Friday. But that video has more of like a big picture. This video has more to do with, you know, this specific update. I would say that ultimately it was a out of touch move. And I don't think it was necessarily the devs' fault, which I'll explain more in that video, but it is still a problem, okay? The problem is that this requires so much grinding. In order to really experience this season well, you need to do about 2 to 6 hours of grinding, which I'm willing to do on this free-to-play account because I really want a repair table and it's worth it. I think you should do too. If you have that time, you know, to play, to grind, to go for it, you should do it because it's going to be, ultimately it's going to be worth it to get your repair table. Repair table will save so much. But to the devs, I think that you can still fix this in creating some kind of version of what I've been talking about of your own. So I'm creating a chest full of just stuff to give my son. He can be like, you know, just go, basically can use all of it and just go use it, have fun. I'm not going to give him any blue weapons yet. I probably will eventually, just because I want him to have a lot of fun. But I'm just going to have him clearing green zones over and over and over again. Because I also want the dragon weapons on this account, because that would be awesome. I haven't opened the gold chest, and I just got those 2 extra gold pendants I saw. So we're going to go open a gold cache. And then we're going to work, let's go ahead and work on our, let's work on our district a little bit. I'm pretty excited. Got that, got that. Oh, the nails, I need those nails. Okay, district level 107. So normally this would be in a free-to-play episode, but I guess I'm gonna stick it in there. This is I'm recording this right now in between episode 88 and 89. So if you've been following the free-to-play solo series all the way since the beginning, what I'm doing right now, where I'm grinding for the season, is in between 88 and 89. Okay, so my suggestion to the devs in fixing Frostborn right now is to have them add a buff. You know, they've analyzed how far, you know, how much we're grinding. They've analyzed how many points we can get. Basically, add a buff to make it easier for people that can't play as much. You know, say twice or really I think 3 times as many points. I thought I thought what they had was good. I thought some players were still going to complain about how hard it was to get points, but you know, so I think they should do 3 times as many points, but you know, twice as many points. It depends how long they're letting it go. Anyways, adding that, but then add a cap, you know, or at least make it to where it gets reduced like by crazy. Still create the same result to where there's still the same like max threshold. You don't want those crazy players that have no life to get thousands and thousands of coins and break the economy of Frostborn. I understand that. I understand why the devs did what they did, but there are more intuitive and imaginative ways to fix that problem than just making a blank clear, you know, just a blanket system. Like this isn't like a season where you're getting where you're being who's ranked. There's no leaderboard. That you didn't even add a leaderboard to this season. So it's not like, which is great. I thank you for not doing that. But there's no competition. It's just for players to get the rewards. And if you make it to where a player has to be out of the extraordinary just to finish the season, it's just not going to feel great. Oh, yes, this is great. So I say, oh, it's not going to feel great. And then I'm excited about just normal loot. But I do think that there is something that we need to keep in mind to this. Because the truth is, I am getting normal loot while grinding. But even though I'm farming for resources, it still doesn't feel good if you can't even finish the season. You know what I mean? And you have to grind a lot to even finish the season in this situation. I just don't feel like that is great. I think that the devs could add a buff, double the points, make it to where people finish the season. What I think you should do, devs, is to make it to where if someone's just active, like 1 hour a day is pretty active. I mean, that's good for a mobile game. And that's realistic. Shoot to make it to where like we're going to get 90% of our players to want to play an hour a day. Like if you can get that, like that can be your goal first. Like that's your first goal. Get 90% of our players to be like, yeah, we're going to motivate 90% of our players to play an hour a day. And you succeed at that, the algorithms are going to go great. The game's going to go great. People are going to be so happy with the game. But then, after you figure out what that formula is, which I think y'all already did, I think the numbers were already kind of set for that formula. I think y'all already had that set, but then y'all changed it, which is what everyone's upset about. Basically, go back to y'all's original way of thinking, but then instead of just thinking about that other group, that is, you do need to think about them. Instead of thinking about them and just like splitting the difference, go ahead and tweak it to where there's like an exponential curve, to where you get a lot of benefit when you first start, and that benefit drops off the longer you play. Maybe you start out with a buff. Once you activate it, you get double points, and as time goes by, you get, 1.5 points, and then 1 point, and then 0.8 points, and 0.6 points, 0.5 points, so on and so forth. You create something that makes it to where your first goal is to make sure that 90% of your players are playing 1 hour. And the motivation for doing that is going to be the repair table. Great job on that. Awesome. For people like me that has kept their compensation coins, they're going to need anywhere from 7 to 12 chests. But a lot of people probably already spent those coins. And so really what you're looking at, what I think the devs need to do is they need to say, we want to make sure that 90% of our players, if they're playing 1 hour a day, like really good, really solid playing, maybe they're not as skilled, so maybe they have to play 2 hours a day. But the point is 90% of our players can get a repair table if they are consistently playing 1 hour a day, which means they need, let's say, 18 dragon chests. So if they're going to need 18 dragon chests, then that means they're going to need 200 and 81, 580 points. So basically work the numbers to where people can get that by doing, by consistently playing and being active. But then curve it so that the intense players can't get like, you know, who play 8 times as much can't get 8 times the reward. You know what I mean? So that's my thought for you guys. You could even maybe make it hard in the season to where it's like once you get those 18 chests, then that's where the cap. Now you're getting now the dragon chests require 20,000 to get, but you've already gotten 18, so you already can go get your repair table. Anyways, the point is, you've gotta not think about it linearly, because if you think about it linearly, then you're going to either allow the intense players to exploit you and get too much, or you're gonna hurt the casual players, or not even casual players. 1 hour a day is not like crazy casual. That's a good game. I mean, for a busy person, that's a good amount of playing in the game. That means they love the game. I'm starting to accrue quite a few orbs. It's exciting. It's cool that they added that to the free-to-play option. I'm still really excited about all of the amazing changes that Frostborn has made. They've made some amazing changes, and I don't want to ever, complain too much for the bad changes they make without, always praising the amazing changes that they made, because that feels very ungrateful. Frostborn still is so much better than all of the other games. It's still more advanced. It's still, is listening to the players way more. This whole update is them listening to the players. It really just was bad publicity to, if the boss man says no, that I want them to grind harder, ultimately it's his prerogative. We just got our hopes up because it looks so good, and then it ended up being not what we were hoping for. So, ooh, nice, 40. That was awesome. Okay, we're gonna upgrade our district. So this is between episode 88 and 89, and now we just got 4 more district levels, and let's see what we need for this one. That's not bad. I think we have all that. Okay, let's go. This is cool. Okay, so as I'm thinking, I am a little bit. We got 21 days to do this season. I have 19 days left. 19 days and 8 hours. I just started, so let's say I get 3,000 points every day for 20 days. Holy crap, that is going to be so little. Okay, I'm going to have to grind harder. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That won't even get me halfway there. And I can't even do Odin's every day. Maybe I could like join families and then leave. I think that's still fair to say it's solo, because any solo player could join a family and then immediately leave. Even if they don't have friends, you could technically do that. So, but that's still that's not even. I would only get here. No, that's not. I would get half of this. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is rough. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get my repair table. I can grind harder. Holy crap. So even if I did Odin's every day, which is not even part of the game, I'd have to do Odin's. Even if I did Odin's every day, I would have to, and maybe I'll do the Forge too. Oh my gosh, this is so much. Am I wrong about my hours? Like when I said hours, or was it even more grindy than I thought? This is a lot. I was going based on Sklent, and how he grinded in the OBT, and just reducing his numbers by 1/5 because. But honestly, I just think he's just a really talented player at PvE. And maybe he also had, well, he didn't have a good class, but maybe he had some good weapons. I don't know. But this is going to be rough. Like, I don't think I'm going to make it. I don't need to get as many of these chests as a lot of you guys, but wow, I'm not even going to get close. Right now, I'm scheduled to get about 60,000 points. And then if my son does green zones, he might be able to get me an extra... I mean, if he's playing every day, he'd give me an extra 2,000 points. So that would get me up to 100,000 points. I'm not even gonna get close. This is so much grinding. Yeah, I think I miscalculated because I was looking at Sklent's numbers. Okay, well, the only way for me to think positive on this is that the devs will hopefully change, hopefully fix it, because the numbers are not there. Like, this is gonna really... I'm happy I'm playing the game. Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, so devs, what I said, but with more umph. More emphasis than I said it. I was like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. The devs, you need to fix this. This is crazy. Like, I'm not gonna be able to do this. Like, Odin's, I can do Odin's in an hour. What I've done, 3,000 points. But then when you're like putting stuff away, you're not getting any points for that. So ultimately, you also have to factor in, it's not how many points I can get by just killing things. It's also like, what can I bring home? And so if you really aren't wanting people to necessarily finish the season unless they're like crazy hard grinders, then wow, that, I don't know, that just doesn't feel right. Oh man. Kefir, please don't do this. Okay, I am happy that you have made a way for people to get coins, but maybe you are nervous and maybe you went too far. You made it too hard. So if I'm thinking positive, I think the devs might be thinking, okay, let's start out hard because we don't want people to exploit it, which is not the good mentality, because the truth is people are still going to exploit it. There's probably people out there right now that have found a way to keep their phone running constantly and get enough weapons or use the right weapons to not get hit and just constantly run their phone, and they're going to do great in points. Okay? And the rest of us are going to say, Kefir's got a trash update, blah, 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 blah. And we can't run our phones constantly. Maybe our work doesn't let us have our phone running in the background like some people. We're not working from home, I am, but even I'm like, I can't just keep my phone and keep running. I'll forget about it and I'll die of hunger. So this doesn't work for a normal player. This isn't going to work. I don't even think they're going to be able to finish the season with a good amount of grinding. So it's going to demotivate people. It's going to make people not even try. You guys have got to find a way to create a way that works for different types of players. You can't have a linear scale. It's stupid. It's stupid to have a linear scale. Don't do it. Okay? It makes sense you wanted to fix it, but you did a bad job of fixing it. Figure out how to make a lot of games do this. Look at NetEase, look at Tencent, look at these other mobile games that are succeeding at making multiple types of players happy. We can't Yeah, this is crazy. I can't I can't measure up to that. Like I'm not going to be able to do that. And Frostborn is my part-time job, like my side job. Playing this game is my side job, and I'm not going to be able to do this. You know, how much more can a person who's got a real job and all your premium players, like, what are they going to do? They're going to spend $10 and then realize they're not even going to finish the season to get this stuff? I don't know. I hope y'all fix it. And y'all need to fix it. Like, add some buffs, add some triple points, and you should do it sooner, because if you want this to benefit you guys, like, you guys keep making these bad decisions and then you try to fix it, and it's great, but it doesn't benefit you. If you want it to benefit you, do it sooner so you get more good ratings on YouTube, so that you get people playing consistently. YouTube doesn't care if you get the one big burst for 2 days of playing. Don't wait till the end of the season to give a 3 times boost and get a few good reviews. Go now. Implement the system to where you're getting the double or triple points. Or really, honestly, you really need like quadruple points. Well, for the way I would do it, you need at least double, maybe triple points, to just do what y'all had was good, honestly. So, anyways, the point is, do it now so that you get more good reviews, because the season's going on. You get more positive things said about you over time, but more importantly, you get people playing consistently each day, a little bit each day. That's what you guys need to get the algorithms going great for people for YouTube to promote your game. Right now, y'all are making so much money per download, but your downloads are abysmal compared to the other Kefir games. Like, this is the most advanced game. It should be getting the most downloads. Maybe Siberica is going to get more just because it's got a really cool theme that is in vogue right now, and maybe Norse used too much. I don't know. But the point is, y'all should be getting definitely a lot more than Grim Soul Survival. Y'all have a very, like, Norse mythology is more in vogue than dark fantasy. It is going, the game is so much more advanced. This game should be getting, twice as many downloads as Grim Soul. I know they've been around longer, but anyways, I just think you guys have got to figure out how to appease more players, because the move that y'all did by just doubling or tripling, which if you watch my video, I don't think it was y'all's fault, but y'all got to figure something out, because this is just going to demotivate people. I've already heard so many players that are like, I'm not even going to try. Players that were excited about trying when they saw the OBT videos are now like, it's not even worth trying. And they're not playing, which isn't going to help you guys. So I don't know what to say. Please fix the update. Please fix this and do it soon so that y'all get the benefit. Because obviously I'm biased, but I want Frostborn to succeed. It's the main game of this channel. I want you guys to succeed. So please, do this for yourself. not just to help the players, but do this to help Frostborn. Because if you don't get people playing, if you don't get people grinding, if you don't liven up the game, it just, I don't know, it sucks. So please work on that. It would be, I love this game. I love this game, and I think that y'all were so close. Honestly, I think y'all nailed it. Y'all had it perfect. And then the change at the end, I just think really screwed it up. So please fix it, and fix it quickly, so that y'all can get the most amount of good reviews, and y'all can get the most amount of playtime. People playing the game, showing Google we love this game. Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah. So that's my opinions on this update. I'm sorry, guys, that it happened. Go watch my video on Friday. I explain why I think this happened, and that why I don't think it's actually the devs' fault. I think that they were forced to do it. It's going to be an amazing video. Go check it out. Devs, please figure out a way to fix this quickly so that you can get the biggest benefit. And then in season 2, think about how to implement the good things about this update, like the coins. Amazing. Please do that again. The silver, amazing. The weapons, all of this is amazing. But please implement it in a way that you're giving everyone a chance to enjoy it, and not just the most ridiculously crazy grinders of the game. So, anyways, that's my 2 cents. I love this game. Please help it. You guys are doing so good, but then there's stuff like this that just, it makes it hard. I'm glad that the Google reviews are going up. It seems like a lot of people like this update. I don't know if they're going to like it halfway through the season when they realize, wait, this is exponentially increasing. I'm never going to get to where I want to get. But maybe if y'all get those, that boost in there quickly, they'll never get to that point. They'll just keep getting more and more excited. So please do that. I want Frostborn to succeed. I want it to be the biggest mobile game in there. You guys know that. I want it to be the biggest mobile game in the world. I think it has that potential. You guys are doing great updates, and y'all are listening to the players. Everything's great. There's just, when things like this happen, the players are going to focus on that because it's hard. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this or not. And so hopefully I will. All right, guys. I'll see you next time.